Wait, if you've not seen this video before, I think you should go check it out. Shout out to Odumodu Black for this track. And so I'm going to tell you the story behind that. Yeah, it's pretty easy. A lot of my friends, yeah, since last year, they've always been telling me, you like Odumodu Black so much. Everywhere you go, this, that, and the other. But I try to, as much as I can, to make my friends see music in another perspective, because I really love music, and Odumodu's work is really exceptional. So I played it for him, and he's like, what, is there rap music like this? And I'm like, yes,
because I've listened to a lot of his songs, yeah, but when I heard this particular one, I'm like, wait, why haven't I heard this one before? From the musicality to the beats, the punchlines, he was not trying to make it everybody's cup of tea. I think he was just trying to prove a point that I can do this thing actually.
I played the song for him, and he was like, damn, the lyrics is so on point, the punchlines,
as I was hearing the sound, I was,
and the first thing that caught his attention was clap, wound them bad. And he's like, wait, he was wearing a cap. He just, we were somewhere, we're doing a sound check. He just came and he was like, come. He did like this. He threw the cap with his head. And he said, come and catch the cap. Jump and catch the cap. I'm like, okay, let's try it. That was where we created that avatar move. That avatar move. It was from there we just said, now we can't just keep this. We really need to like put it out there. And I like,
we were supposed to shoot the next week, abi?
Yeah, we're supposed to shoot that weekend.
That weekend.
Yeah, at Federal Palace.
But
it wasn't possible.
Kept postponing. Everybody busy at different points. But then after a while, like, no, you guys do this one.
No. I flew to Aja. And it was such a stressful day, but it was an amazing.
We started shooting from around that 11. We finished around past 3.
Yeah.
We thought that we could just fast, just do it quick,
It was never like that.
No, that's the thing. You don't really know how far it's going to be like until you start. So I didn't really have all the blueprint, but I had an idea of after this scene, we'll then figure out this one.
I think we spent like an hour delegating, like scripting.
The first one, which was big no chain on my neck, brah. Grrr, see that grrr. The difference between music and dance, yeah, a lot of times, as much as dance will hear the lyrics, dance will hear the beats, dance will also hear the awkward sounds and find a way to interpret it. So a layman, what's grrr, doesn't nothing, but when you hear that grrr, it feels like same sound with electricity.
Yeah.
When you touch something that is going to shock you, that's grrr. So that was the idea behind that. And when I saw his own freestyle to that, I'm like, only one of him is dope. But imagine there were plenty Blakes doing that same grrr. They were like, no, we have to duplicate him and make it have this reverb effect where the same move is reversed. Because in his own choreo, it was like, and this is like this is one move, this is another move.
Yeah.
When you repeat the same move, it's not like a glitch. So even when you do something like this, if you now repeat it like so that was the idea of that first one. Thank you. Let's do this one now. Ready? Thank you. Now do the main character. Come front small. One more time. By the way, the weather was hot that day.
Bro, we were under the sun, and the sun was burning like, bro.
It's like after every scene, I have to come.
We had to go cool off. We had to go cool off every scene.
Breathe. Come down again. Action. Yes. That car side. Yes. Do any random movements. The guy they jump. Oh, you see that jump?
I was doing all this because of what he explained to me. So like, I was already visualizing what it would look like. So me jumping, actually in my head, I'm thinking like, I need to jump my best.
That being said, the whole shooting would have been possible without the help of a few people.
Yes, yes,
so
those niggas.
Fortune,
and the other guy, Sheyi.
So the thing about this idea is that it wasn't planned that they would even help. We actually wanted to use ShopRite, wanted to go far and do all these things, but I'm like, less is more. Less is more. If you can work with your own environment, if you understand the importance of maximizing, trust me, you can do anything, regardless of where you are, who is there, what equipment you have. One thing about shooting is, for me though, I like to you have to repeat the same thing several times because you don't know which one you would use in the final
Yeah, that
post-production.
makes sense.
So repeating it in different ways, it helps, but it's not easy. Anybody that shot with me know that.
No, I can attest to that honestly
You
because
see?
he said something. He used to say if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah, because it's already
There's a lot of brain work that goes into it aside from the actual dancing itself. There's a lot of brain work, and I like anytime I text him, I always commend his effort. I always commend his brain power to actually, because when he hears a song, yeah, I mean, as a dancer or as a choreographer, as a movement director, I think about movements, I think about direction, but he sees beyond that. He sees beyond the dance. He sees green screen. He sees animation. He sees things that you as a normal dancer would not see. So like it's crazy when he actually tells me what to do with my dance and make me imagine what it will look like in the post production. It takes a lot of thought process.
to an extent. It's easier for me to work with people that are more, let's say, open-minded. After you have your own idea, it should not be your final idea.
Never.
No matter your idea, it shouldn't be the final idea. It should just be one of the ideas. Just imagine your idea as an alternate universe that has different versions. The same idea, but different expressions. So if you have that kind of mindset, it's easier for you to create like the same piece. You would put it in different aspects and they will still be unique in their own way, but it's the same piece. So having to explain that it's not something you teach.
Fact.
Sadly, it's not
Fact.
something.
Fact.
Not every dancer have that orientation. So for me, connecting with Blake was like, nah, this one, his mind is already there, you get. And when I was bringing up the ideas, he was already seeing it. And the moment you can see it, once you can imagine it, trust me, it will definitely come to life.
Yeah.
Any which way. After that first scene, the next scene was the one of the Militant. That was his own choreo, like I said. The part of the duplicating, I had to tell him to like move in different directions. The next diagonal. You going?
Let me tell you something.
Yes. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Move like a militant. I had no idea why I had the camo pants on, but one thing in my head was like, just take your camo pants along. I forgot in the lyrics that there was something said that had something to do with militancy. So I just took it and I took my head warmer. And because we were choreographing everything on the spot, we came open-minded. Nobody came with any idea or anything. We sat down right there and then created everything, created the choreos, and we shot. So I'm like, what can I use to interpret militancy? I'm wearing a camo pants and I'm wearing this, and I'm like, I mean, that could be like the best thing to make this happen.
That's what they call
So,
improvisation.
yeah, like you said, less is more.
One militant.
You can't have one militant.
So they have to move in
groups. So you see me and my niggas cash you. Bro, see my hand, I was sweating, bruh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fuck, I missed.
Then he spoke live.
I shouted, I spoke to the cap, and come and speak. You need to see what the cap did after speaking to it.
Did you see that? Did you fucking see that?
You see the look in his face. This is a shock. Okay, this part. Cap trick.
Wait. Before we got this part.
So the trick is to, do like a
Slam it on
reverb
the
on the cap so that it bounces. So I had to show him this one. because the idea that would best fit is I felt like that cap floating into introducing me to jump from behind. That was going to be a very good
You know,
idea.
the timing was even like
Yes.
yeah. So it was like a 1N, 2N, 3N. You landed on 4. You caught the cap on 4, bro. It was up.
The umbrella thing, I was improvising too, because we wanted to I wanted to have a shot of him throwing it
And you
and a shot
catching
of
it.
me catching it, so
Yeah.
I could probably make it work. But the main idea still was that if it is possible for me to still be in that same scene and him be in that same scene, for him to throw it and me also jump it. So we have to try the one that we felt, okay, this is possible, and then the other one that's like, just in case it doesn't work, we fix it in post. Then I had to also now continue to do the solo of me just catching and then
And
the
continuing the
cho-cho-cho.
dance, yeah.
Bro, then
we
the
tried
cap
that
now
part.
started to disturb.
Okay, the cap wasn't obeying anymore.
Yes.
Cho.
You know, sometimes when you do some cap trick, it works during rehearsals, sound check, then it can decide to not work on the time that you actually need it to work. The next one, clap. Won't them back.
This was the trigger idea. This was the movements that triggered this whole dance piece. This was the
That was the highlight.
Yes, this was the movement that triggered the idea of this dance piece.
So
honestly,
clap won't them back. It's supposed to be a cap trick into him catching it.
we never thought about the avatar thing.
No, we didn't talk about the main idea was just the
Clap.
Then I was like, if he's going to use his words to express the wound them
Wound them
bad,
bad.
after doing something that dope, just saying it's like, no, let's elevate it a bit. It needs to be intentional. Like, you didn't just catch it because you wanted to catch it. You catch it because you can't. Like, so that was the idea of the, let's look like he just elevated why he did that. As sweet as the idea is, bro.
Bro.
The idea is sweet, you know. Ideas can be very interesting, they be very ginger.
When it's time to actually work,
oh man. The first clap, the idea of the first elevation was supposed to be like, he's supposed to be like levitating on something.
floating.
So the first idea that came to my mind was somebody should like hold him. You know, he needs to be like held. We try that one. No. If somebody holds him, because when I want to edit, removing the person's hand in front of him will be difficult. So the person needs to find a way to hold him behind without this person showing much. He needs to be in front. I decided to try this other time. This is me holding him up because we wanted to have that feel of levitation.
Ready?
Throw that shit up, man. Bending my leg.
Alright, bro, I was pitying you guys, man.
Just to show you that you have to try everything.
I'm actually not saying anything because I'm still reminiscing about how we got this because I was sitting on the bucket. Okay, we had to pipe the bucket twice.
Was even later, sir.
Bro, man.
This was after this.
Holding my legs on this bucket was one of the hardest things about this whole production because there was no space for me to even fold my leg on. I was folding my leg on air and it was even taking more energy than expected. And we did this like 6, 7, 8 times. But it was worth it at the end of the day. Cautious man, they like me to I will show you my work is make I start. Oh yeah, who get it in
after that?
Who top chat from my area? Don't cap. Bad man came from Abuja presidential when I suit up. He had my vest on cap. And you say that I'm not all that. Did no protocol in the New York like Mr. Money was there. That one like one fat. Oh,
this part now reincarnated like Tupac. This part, the moves were after he showed me the routine there, I was like, if you're gonna do reincarnated like Tupac, might as well end up becoming something, give you like a Tupac feel. We didn't have a bandana, we had to borrow
scarf, a girl scarf, a lady scarf.
We had to improvise. No excuses, just find a way, you know. Reincarnated like Tupac, gunshots, what's the relation?
Cautious man, they like keep track. I will show you my workings, make I start.
So that part that's him doing his own dance, yeah. Then that make I start. The idea that I had there was, let's make it into a slow-mo kind of feel. Like when one person is moving in slow-mo, the other person is moving fast, exchanging that flow of speed. That was the theme for this particular part. But when somebody is going fast, another person is going slow.
He knows exactly. That's why I commend him every single time because he's a visionary. He sees the dance from this screen. He sees the dance from everything you're seeing here. Me, I'm seeing the dance from my body. So like we think differently, and I saw that, I respected it, I know. And like people like this, you can't come with a fixed mindset when you want to shoot. You can't come with a whole idea, because anything can change at any time.
At any time,
At
bro.
any given time. He knows. That's why when he wants to dance, he knows what he wants to do. But there was a part where he danced. There's no born away. Odumo you are wa, Odumo you are ras, Odumo you are this, Odumo you are OG. They talk down on my knee.
I didn't know what I learned the only
Guy, you'll be so addicted, man.
So the OG they talk down felt like, let's hit the camera
Down, yeah.
down, and camera would, tilt and face towards the
Ground.
sky and all of that. I don't know, how did you come up with that one?
I think you just turned on the camera and you just dropped
And
it
just dropped it on the buckets, yeah.
And we just started dancing.
I was
And
just
the sky was
And the
blue.
sky was damn.
The sky was blue and he looked good. Like he's like, no, let's do this.
That was how we did this.
When he sent me the preview, I watched the video like 62 times first, so I could digest it. So I don't have to be surprised when I see a lot of comments or people resonating with the video.
But the engagement was crazy.
The engagement was quite crazy.
19 minutes into posting, Ojumodu commented.
Yeah, like I think he was one of the first people who saw the video. It was good.
So once again,
Cheers.
stay creative, keep creating.
Cheers,
There's no excuses. If you can imagine it, you can create it. All right, people. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.
This is CEO Master Sheet and this is Blake.
Sign it out.